Hi, I'm Laetitia Navarro, and I'm a postdoctoral researcher at the Estación Biológica de Doñana with the Spanish Research Council. So I'm based in Seville, Spain. I was at iDiv from January 2014 until September 2021. So needless to say, this is a pretty important step in my career, but also in my life. During that time, I did a couple of postdocs, and for 4 years, I was the executive secretary of GeoBond, which is a group on Earth observation, biodiversity observation network, and was one of the global platforms hosted by iDiv. The research that I developed during my time at iDiv goes along two lines of investigation, I'd say. One was the ecological restoration and the development of a framework for rewilding. And on the other hand, I also worked on biodiversity monitoring and how we could develop the essential biodiversity variables. I'd like to think that this was pretty successful, and I developed some very interesting collaborations. I have some pretty important papers that came out of it. But I think for me, the most important thing is the network of collaborators that I was able to develop along the years. And this is still something that I carry with me in my current position. On that note, I actually found out last month that I was awarded a Marie Curie Fellowship for the next couple of years. So I think this is a pretty epilogue as well of my time at iDiv. And if I had to think about what really helped me develop my research program and become the researcher that I am today, I'd like to say that this is probably the investment that is done in research and in researchers at iDiv. What I mean by that is that my most significant, my most important publications and collaborations, they all stem from a workshop, from a meeting that we were able to organize at iDiv, funded by iDiv as well. And another really important thing for me was that I was given the opportunity to start working at the science policy interface. And this is not common, but this was really something that I felt I was supported in. And for instance, for 3 years, I was the lead author in an assessment of EBD-CSIC. And this was something that my PI and that iDiv supported me in. On a more personal note, I also have to say that for someone that arrived in a new country where I didn't speak the language, I didn't know anybody, I felt that I received a lot of support from the administrative staff. And that is also true later on when I became a mom towards the end of my stay at iDiv. And really that helped taking a lot of stress and a lot of work off my back, and it allowed me to actually focus on the things that I came to iDiv to do. So now if I had to give you one advice, one tip, I would say that you should really embrace the integrative part of iDiv. And this is something that is encouraged there anyway. But what I mean is that you should feel free to interact with other researchers, go meet with other research groups within the center, start thinking outside the box together, developing new ideas. Because if that's what you're interested in, I think iDiv is the perfect place for that.